For 2 years, big tech told us AI was almost free. Spin up an agent, watch the magic. Then the invoice landed. Runaway token costs. A $700 billion bet. Developers losing their AI tools, thousands losing their jobs. This is the story of the moment the AI bill came due, and the uncomfortable question underneath it nobody can honestly answer yet. Start with where the money goes. The real cost of AI isn't the monthly plan. It's tokens, every word the model reads and writes, metered. For a chat, that's small. But 2026 is the year of agents, AI that plans, edits whole files, and loops for hours without you. An agent doesn't sip tokens. It floods them. And the floods got expensive fast. Goldman Sachs put a number on it. AI agents could increase token demand by as much as 24 times. That isn't a price tweak, that's a different business. Uber reportedly blew through its 2026 AI coding budget by April. Microsoft revoked Claude Code licenses from its own developers after costs spiked. When the giants can't absorb it, the problem is clear. TechCrunch named it on June 5. The token bill comes due, inside the industry scramble to manage RA's runaway costs. Not a fringe blog. The mainstream tech press, describing companies racing to figure out what their AI actually costs. The era of waving away the number was over. The number had arrived. Now zoom out, because runaway costs are only half the story. To serve all this AI, the giants are pouring money into the ground, data centers, GPUs, the power to run them, at a scale that's hard to picture. The bet is simple, build the capacity now, the revenue will follow. But there's a gap in that bet, and Wall Street has started doing the math out loud. $725 billion. That's the projected AI capital spending for 2026, the data centers, the chips, the build-out. Against that, JPMorgan frames the revenue needed to justify it at roughly $650 billion. That gap is the entire bubble question, written in dollars. Either the revenue shows up to close it, or it doesn't. Put the two sides next to each other. On the left, the bet, $725 billion in spending, build first and monetize later, on faith that demand keeps compounding. On the right, the missing proof, the revenue it would take to justify that, against margins the token costs already squeeze. Nobody can yet prove the demand pays for the build. That uncertainty is the whole game. So what do providers do when the costs get too big to swallow? They pass them down. Through 2026, one tool after another moved to per token billing. The flat plans gave way to the meter, and the meter landed on developers. Every agent run now has a price tag, and you're holding it. We made a companion video on that shift, the tokenpocalypse. It's linked for you. Before, you paid one flat fee, and it felt unlimited, the provider absorbed the loss, and you fired off agents without a second thought. Now the per token bill sits on you, and for heavy users it jumped 10, even 25 times. The cost didn't appear from nowhere. It was always there, hidden inside a subsidy. The meter just moved it onto your invoice. But the bill doesn't stop at your subscription. It reaches payroll. GitLab announced it's cutting 350 jobs and exiting 22 countries, in what it called a sweeping AI restructuring. The restructuring is justified by AI, the same AI whose costs are running away. The tool meant to make everyone productive is now the reason the layoff memo exists. And GitLab isn't alone. In the Bay Area, tech companies have cut 9,284 jobs so far in 2026, roughly double the 4,700 cut in the first half of last year. ServiceNow, Salesforce, Ubisoft, Quizlet, and Verily add about 370 more. The pattern is the same: the cost of AI is being paid, in part, in jobs. Now here's where I have to be honest, because the easy move is to pick a side and yell. The truth is, two completely different stories fit the exact same facts, and right now nobody, not the analysts, not the CEOs, not me, can prove which is real. So let me lay both out fairly, and you decide. On one side, the healthy correction, is real cost is finally getting priced in, the subsidies were never sustainable, and what looks like pain is just discipline replacing hype. On the other, the bubble deflating, 700 billion chasing revenue that may never arrive, and the layoffs are the air leaking out. Same numbers. Two endings. And the data, today, supports both. Here's the honest takeaway. The bill came due, that part isn't in doubt. The runaway costs, the squeeze on developers, the layoffs, those are facts today. What we don't know is whether this is a bubble deflating or a market finally growing up. So watch the gap between what's spent and the revenue meant to justify it. If it closes, it was a correction. If it doesn't, you'll have seen it first. So I'll put it to you. Is this the AI bubble finally deflating, or a healthy correction, the real cost of AI getting honestly priced in at last? Drop your verdict in the comments. I'm the Shipyard, and I read the earnings calls so you don't have to. Subscribe for no hype AI news for developers, and I'll see you in the next one.